When you ride a motorcycle, you end up with way more gear than what you originally expected. And I'm going to go through what I use for my go-to gear, what I chose when it's a little bit warmer out, and the main focus of this video is for cold weather riding and the gear that I went through to find what works best for me and lets me still ride down in the, close to 30-degree mark comfortably. The gear I wear most of the time starts with an Under Armour top and bottom, long in both, to make sure that I don't stick to the inside of the suit, a pair of dry fit socks, and right now I have a Dainese suit. It's got perforated leather on, so it breathes well for warmer air riding. It's got all the protection you could ask for, and then to top it off, I've got some city boots. They are very breathable. They keep you pretty cool even in hot weather. I've got a pair of Held Phantom 2 gloves with all the materials like carbon fiber and titanium knuckles, Stingray wear pads, very durable. They're a little bit warmer, but they're going to protect you. I've already crashed before, and I can attest to the fact that they do save your hands in a wreck, because these knuckles ended up looking like someone smashing with my hammer, and I did have some bruised knuckles, but nothing broken. And then everything topped off with the showy helmet. Now when it's warmer and I'm not driving as aggressively, let's say where I really need the protection that the Dainese gives me, then I'll go to something like this mesh jacket and pants. And you can see the mesh really allows these pieces of gear to breathe well. It's still got some padding in it. It's not as much, but it does have it where you need it and breathe, so it's a whole lot cooler than what the leather suit would be. The problem happened when I started relying on a perforated leather suit to keep me warm, because you don't want to be numb and uncomfortable when you're ripping through the back roads on things like these. When you're out riding, you are behind a shield, which does help cut a lot of the wind blast off you, and that makes it warmer at least compared to the chopper where you're just right out there in the cold air. Some bikes now have heated grips, which will definitely help you with keeping your hands warm. So I started trying some experiments to see what I could find for other options that would still let me be protected and comfortable even in colder weather. In trying to look for warmer solutions underneath that Dainese suit, first I found the degF Thermo from Dainese, and I thought, okay, if this is made for motorcycles for use with this suit, then why not try it? So I got the top and the bottom. They look extremely small when you get them, but they do stretch. Make sure you size them right. And they seem to be kind of reinforced with warmth where you have the perforations in the suit, which makes sense. They feel thin and lightweight. They don't make you feel really bulky. And on the first ride, just locally in like low to mid 50s, they seem to be okay. I didn't notice a huge difference in the short ride, but I know inside, walking around in the house, they felt a hell of a lot warmer than if I was just in a pair of shorts, which makes sense. The degF Thermo socks I got really do feel warmer. They do a really good job, I think. They feel a little bit bulkier, but it's fine, it's your foot, so you're not moving around a lot anyway. So I was happy with those. A buddy of mine had climbed some mountain somewhere where it got down to -10, and he recommended trying these base 4 cold weather gear from Under Armour, which is always a trusted brand. So I got a set of these and tried them. Earlier this week, I tried the Dainese thermal stuff, and today I'm going to try the Under Armour on for another ride up in the hill country and see how this works for warmth. And again, on a short ride, they seem to do a good job. I didn't notice any big difference between them and the degF stuff. They felt a little bit bulkier because they were thicker everywhere, unlike the more focused thickness of the degF, but they felt warmer because of that consistent thickness. I also bought the Ninja hood from Dainese. You know, when I bought it, I guess, well, I can't remember if this said degF or not. It's not super insulated where it's a whole lot of warmth, but it does seem kind of made out of that same degF material of the thermal underwear. So it's fine. Like in the helmet with this, it's not that bad. The only problem is because it's a Ninja hood, I don't have my ability to drink water out of the camelback right here. And the neck really doesn't come down low enough to tuck into the suit to keep my neck warm, which is really the main cold point. This is a neoprene mask that I've had for quite a while, and I used it on the chopper riding in cooler weather, but it does have a little bit bigger neck piece, and the neoprene actually does a pretty good job of insulating your neck. So I kind of tuck it in with this part under my chin, and then the rest of it tucked into the suit and under the chin strap. This week I did some cold weather riding experimentation with different gear. The rides were around 100 miles. It was a combination of night and day, and the temperature range was 50 to 55 degrees for all those rides. The basis I started with was my Dainese Laguna Seca 4 suit. It's a great suit. I've had it modified so it fits really well. The one thing you'll notice though is it is a perforated leather suit, which is great for hot weather riding because it breathes really well and keeps you surprisingly cool for being a black leather suit. The problem is when it's 50 degrees out, it's cold. To try to mitigate that cold, I tried a Dainese degF thermo gear. So this is a top and a bottom thermal underwear basically, and a pair of the degF socks. The degF socks worked great even in a very breathable city boot that keeps cool in the summer, but again, cool in the winter. These socks worked really well for that. The thermal underwear definitely made an improvement over just normal Under Armour, but you could still feel a chill where the perforated leather was letting air through. The next thing I tried at a recommendation of my buddy that's done some mountain climbing in sub 10 degrees was the Under Armour 4.0 base cold weather gear. And it worked maybe even a little better on the ride than the Dainese. It felt more solid, heavier, like thermal underwear. I also had the Dainese Ninja hood and a neoprene skull mask. Basically use this around my neck to try to keep that chill where the gap exists between the helmet and the suit. And that made a big difference. I was using a Shoei X14 helmet, which kept my face fairly warm with the vents closed. I was also using a pair of Held Phantom 2 gloves, and they did pretty well down to about 55, but really once you got close to 50, the hands got pretty cold as well. Now these tests were on the Aprilia, which does not have the heated grips like the BMW does. After all that testing, I finally came to the conclusion, like my buddy said, that you're just not going to stay warm in perforated leather suit. It's just a reality. So I went ahead and ordered the Freeze Out Warm R neck warmer to just better capture that whole area and insulate the gap on the neck between the helmet and the suit. I also found the Joe Rocket Survivor suit that had pretty good reviews, and I'm glad I watched the video. It talked about sizing, that it's a little bit bigger than normal, and it does go over your street clothes. And it looks to be a pretty good product, and it wasn't terribly expensive. It was about $450, but that's way cheaper than what the Dainese suit cost. Now I've got my Joe Rocket suit. I believe this is called a Joe Rocket Survivor suit, and it does have pads in some places and a back piece here, but it's a one piece and there's a lot of adjustments on it, so that'll be interesting. It's got pockets outside, which is handy too, so let's see if it fits. And this is a 2XL. I'm 6'1", about 215 pounds. And the sizing chart said a 2XL, and they did recommend on Revzilla to go a size up from what you would normally do. So first thing is to unsnap this folded flap, which you know will be great to keep wind out. And then there's a zipper here for getting in and out of it. So there's the suit. It goes down nice and low so you can stop to piss along the way. It's got this mesh area that if you want to open the main zipper, you can open into this mesh area and get some breathability through there. So if I zip it up, then I can button all those down. This actually feels pretty good. I mean, the sleeves are just a hair long if anything. The bottoms are a little bit long too, but you know, when you're sitting on there, it's better than being too tight. If you bend down, there's plenty of room even with a pair of jeans on versus just Under Armour. I do have the Under Armour insulated top on, but there's quite a bit of room in this. Feels pretty good, and it's definitely warm. Feels hot in the house, so that's encouraging. Now the Dainese is a really tight fit, as you notice on any leather race suit. Any leather race suit like the Dainese I have is going to be a really tight fit. This one, like I said, there's room inside of it. In fact, inside this, you see I was able to have a sidearm and mag with this Jackass Miami Classic rig, and it fits perfectly comfortable. There's plenty of room in it where it's not pulling anything, so So I think this suit will work great for any kind of cold weather riding, especially if I'm going long distance where I want to carry. I dug these splittins out of the closet, which keep a couple of each of the fingers warm together, but you still are able to grip and hit whatever lever on that hand. So I'm going to try these. It's 32 degrees right now, so this should be a good test. I'm all bundled up. Let's see what 32 degrees feels like. That was kind of a short ride, but just enough to try out a couple things. And the scarf just doesn't cut it around the neck, but I have my neck warmer coming today. If I have the Ninja hood on, I think the face will be okay. The boots, they got a little cool. That might be a bad spot. The splittins seem to actually work pretty good on a short ride. And the suit, I mean, for 32 degrees, I was pretty impressed. And I don't have a ton of layers underneath. I could always put sweatshirts on underneath and make it even better. So overall, I'm happy with the suit. I'm just not sure this is the right setup for 37 degrees. The neck warmer showed up and was a huge improvement. Christmas Eve, 36 degrees. I've got my one-piece Joe Rocket Survivor suit, my Under Armour thermal underwear, my Dainese socks, the Ninja hood, splittins, neck warmer, helmet, and city boots.
Going for the first ride of the new year. 60 degrees out, all bundled up, good to go.
Worked way better than like the neoprene mask or the scarf or any of that stuff. Putting that over the Ninja hood under the helmet and then tucking it in under the thermal underwear, that made for a great way to keep the neck warm. The city boots came in. They're an Armada Gore-Tex boots, and they were something that was ranked a little higher for more cold weather riding. Like the guys at Revzilla said, none of these are really made for cold weather, but these are supposed to be waterproof as well. And you can see, even with big thick woolly socks on, slide in nice and easy. They zip up the same way that the more racy style ones I have from City do. And then these, of course, they have this wraparound Velcro to kind of keep you waterproof and keep the cold and water out of the boot. And they feel pretty comfortable. You can see they have a pretty nice, comfortable looking sole to them. Looks a lot more comfy than the more racier ones I have. These were kind of the last piece of the puzzle for trying to stay warm riding, so eager to put these on and try them out on the road now.
About to take my first ride in 30-something degrees with the new City warm boots.
So to wrap it up, this is my final gear for cold weather. I've got either the Dainese or the Under Armour is probably a little bit warmer for thermal underwear. I've got the Dainese D-Core socks. Alpine Stars I know makes a good set as well. And I've got this old pair from years ago in Iowa, just a good set of warm wool socks. That's followed by the Survivor suit I talked about earlier, the new City boots that are much better for keeping feet warmer and dry, the helmet over the Ninja hood and neck warmer, and then the splittins. And again, they don't have all the fancy armor to them, but they do have a wear pad and they keep your hands warm. With that cold weather gear I just showed you, I've been able to ride this thing in down as low as 30 degrees at night and still stay plenty comfortable. It's a great setup. The only thing that even starts to get a chill down in the 30 range is my neck, even with the neck warmer on. But overall, it makes it so much more comfortable because let's be honest, when you're out riding, you want to be able to feel things like this and not be numb. That should give you some options to think about if you're planning on doing some cold weather riding. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to learn more about how to enjoy amazing machines like this.